While Elton was amazing his nearest and dearest with precocious impersonations at the piano, his future partner Bernie Taupin was growing up in the rich farmlands of Lincolnshire, in a little village with the improbable name of Norma by Spittal. His obvious love of the countryside is often reflected in his lyrics. There's slim times when my words won't rhyme, and the hills I face are a long, hard climb. Who'll walk me down to church when I'm 60 years of age, when the ragged dog they gave me has been 10 years in the grave? He still makes his home in Lincolnshire, in another small village some 7 miles from his birthplace. He and his American wife Maxine live snug as country mice in a Beatrix Potter doll's house they have named Piglet in the Wilds, his favourite reading being such childhood classics as The Wind in the Willows and Pooh of Pooh Corner. He is a gentle and unassuming person who has perfected the technique of remaining anonymous in a crowd, the Cartier-Bresson, as it were, of the pop world, who resents his lyrics being described as poetry, yet records everything with a poet's camera, anticipating with uncanny accuracy the shifting needs of his fickle audience. Success has singed but not burnt him. He writes as he feels, when he feels, self-isolated in a nostalgic ivory tower inhabited by yesterday's heroes and surrounded by the golden discs that signify that nostalgia has its rewards, producing superior lyrics that more often than not are eventually overwhelmed by the mandatory volume of electronic sound.
On the whole, I have to write possibly 24, 30 songs a year. Elton will phone up and say, the time is right, start writing. I usually just set aside 2 weeks and go upstairs in the office, in the study, and sit down and work possibly 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day. Just work sort of solidly from there.
Tell the story of how you and Bernie got together, because that's rather interesting, I think.
It was through an advert in a paper. I was banging around the countryside. Well, I was playing around the countryside. And there was this advert saying talent wanted. So I thought, hello, they've put an advert and I shall answer it immediately. It was Liberty Records, in fact, when they went independent and they left EMI. They set up their own offices. And I answered it and someone said, come in, come in. And I did. And they said, no. But they put me together with Bernie because he'd written in as well. He said, I write lyrics. And I could write melodies, but I could never write lyrics. Well, I tried. I mean, they're really just painful.
I write the words and he writes the melody, so there's no need for us to sit together and do it together. As I say, I'm sure it would be a disaster.
We need not see each other at all. In fact, we very rarely see each other anyway, except when we're on tour or we're recording. Yeah, I mean, he just comes down to London and hands me a batch of sort of lyrics. That's all it's done. It's very, very uncomplicated. That really is all there is to it. Usually I sort of potter around and find a chord sequence that I like, and then it doesn't take me very long. It takes me on average, about half an hour a song.
I've never tried to be a philosopher or get involved in songs that are anyway protest songs or political songs. I'm not that way inclined anyway.
I think we're the most prolific songwriters there are around today, really. I mean, singer-songwriters. I'm not talking about people who sit down and write songs as a business. You know, I don't regard writing songs as a business. I regard it as a sort of just an expression.
I don't usually sit down and say, I want to write a song about this subject or that subject. It's usually, I mean, take for instance, when I did Rocket Man, I was just driving along in the car and I came up with the first line, about she packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hours, 9 a.m. I'm going to be high as a kite. But I just came, all of a sudden I was just driving along and that came up. And I thought, oh yeah, that's nice. So when I got back, I immediately wrote that down and started following it up from then. I mean, I didn't really know at the time I thought of that it was going to be a song about an astronaut.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m.